Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning with Guinness in hand. It's just after 11 a.m. And that can only mean that it is time for some Buffooncraft SMP. Let's see if we can log on to the server. Let's do some of this stuff. Let me bring the music level down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Maybe right there. Just a wee bit. I'll just dial it back in my headphones a little. Okay, there we go. And let's switch over to the display scene. Hello, display scene. There we go. That's better. We're actually going to do this streaming thing. I hope. Let's see what happens when we log on. Hopefully everything's still there. Yay! Okay, so let's do this. We're in the Season 5 server of Buffooncraft. Still! So, I had spent about, good Lord, about a week. I'm not kidding. About a week looking for an ancient city on this map. I've found over 11 deep darks and explored all of them, and no, not an ancient city at all amongst any of them. So, yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time on that. Adjust my camera just a little bit here. Right about there. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time on that at all. Because we have to finish things up here. I feel like, although, I do feel that we have to get on with things. Particularly, I'd really like to get that iron farm done and out of the way, right? So, let me see. How am I doing here as far as some of that stuff's concerned? Let's go. Since I am no longer looking for the ancient city, let's do away with some of that gear. I think I'm doing all right here. Those are my tools. We can empty out some of that. Let's keep those in the old inventory. But let's dump this out. I'm going to do that. Lads. Right over to here. Then we'll fly on over to the iron farm and we'll do our iron farm thing. Let me see. I think my box of torches is littered with all kinds of other things too. So, no, it's not. All right, so let's just do this. And let me see. What am I carrying with me? Carrying about that much with me. That should be okay. And let me see. I should have a barrel here for torches. I thought I did. Torches. Come on, brain. I'm probably looking right at it, right? Viewers in the chat, if I'm looking right at torches, you can point it out to me. Please. Please help the old man. Let me see. A couple of bit stuff. So I thought I had a barrel specifically for torches. Because I use so many of them, right? So let me pull the mic up a little bit closer to my face here. Poor microphone has to deal with my face. Handcrafted, muddy stuff, item frames, ice, slimy, goodness. And you know what I need to do? Is I need to make a barrel for torches, and then instantly I will recognize the current barrel for torches. Because that's the universe. That's the way the universe works for somebody like me. So let's just provoke it. Shall we just provoke it to do its thing? So then I can look stupid. All right, because that's the important thing. I must look stupid. Fine. Fine. I'll look dumb. Just to get it done. Okay, now stand back. Now here it comes. It'll come right into view now. Frog lights, ice, item frames, and crystals, porous, tech and arrows. Gear, concretion, severed heads, barrels, and there's torches right there that we just made. Diorite, stone, other stuff. Coal, metal, all things are ingestibles. I don't know. I guess the important thing here is me being wrong about being wrong. Good heavens! Whatever. Whatever. If it's that important, fine. Fine. Okay, let's fly on over to the iron farm. I don't think I need to bring anything with me. I think we have sufficient supplies over there for what we need to do right now. And finally, after working on this thing for ever so long, I've thought of a theme of this for this. So you can see over here we opened up the top of this. I was going to build some sort of natural hill or mountain on top of this and whatnot, but I came up with a much, much better idea. At least I think it's a better idea. Maybe you guys will agree. I'm not sure. But the idea I came up with is to make this like a volcanic crater or cauldron kind of thing. And so that's elliptical right now. So I'm going to change this and make it circular. I'm going to make it perfectly circular. Well, as perfect as we can with pixelization, right? Square blocks. And then so this is my rule about, not my rule, or about my procedure about establishing a pattern and then breaking the pattern, right? So I'll make a circular cauldron around this. I'll leave the interior walls of this, I will leave them square. And so that means that we will have these cords on the outside of this that will be filled with lava and natural looking features and stuff. And then we'll build up the sides of it in an irregular fashion. And we may have some irregular fashioned bits coming over onto the walls and stuff. And you know what? I think it will be a nice complement. A nice complement to Shelbs' volcano, even though that this won't be a volcano per se. It'll be like a volcanic crater. So I'm not copying the idea. I'm complementing it, right? And kind of linking some continuity between, you know, the builds in the server here. Shelbs did help me design this, by the way, and she did do some work on it. So it's just a nice tie-in, right? At least I feel it is. Right, and then we'll make, like I'm saying, we'll make this a circle right around here, right, and then we'll make the slopes along the sides and the lava features. I think it's going to look really, really cool. We'll leave the top open so players can fly in like this. But if you're not aerially endowed at this point, there'll still be an entrance by which, you know, players can get in. The land-bound players can access, right? And so that's my plan. That's what I intend to do here. I don't intend to land down here though. No. Learning to fly. You know, I'm not actually the biggest Tom Petty fan, but sometimes, you know, his songs make good references. And that one would probably make a good redeem, right? Let me see. Yeah. So I'm going to need some blocks with which I can sketch this out. I might sketch it out in dirt, but I already have dirt features. So wool would be the most ideal, and that may entail me flying over to the wool shop or the wool farm at least. I don't think it's a shop because we don't really have to pay for it, but let's see what we have here first before we waste time by flying back over there. Lava, all kinds of things like this. You know what? Let's free up a shulker, shall we? I don't think I have any wool kicking around over here. I really don't. Where did all this gold come from? Maybe that beacon that we had here before. Oh, purple wool. That's good. This may be enough for what we need to do. What I need to do is establish the diameter of the circle. That's what I need to do. And this may be enough with which to do that, accomplish that task. All right. So the way that this is going to happen... I can't believe I just did that again. Thunder! Okay. What corner would I like to move in from? I think... Yeah, I think I would like to have the circle intersect from here. And then go into the middle of the farm. I shouldn't be doing uptones on the end of my sentences there. Here? What, is that a question, Thunder? Going to the middle of the farm? What, is that a question? No, those are declarations. Those are statements. Speak like a man. All right, let's do this. Almost there. So the center is right over our pillager's head there. We're probably going to lose some of this. Purple wool in the lava as I break it. Is that over him? One way that we can check is by deploying horror. Let's not kill this dude. That would really suck right now. Let me see. What am I trying to do here? Targeted block. So 350, a negative 232. Hey, have some wool, dude. I don't think I'm ever going to get that piece of wool out of there. Oh, no, it shot right out through the bottom because that's a wall unit. Oh, I like that. So 350, negative 232. Fine. Fine. I'll just sleep up there. Yeah. We're right on target. Oh, I like that. Okay, now we can address the chat. So, a couple things that need to be done. Bye-bye. Okay, so the ban hammer comes out. And, of course, call me Eve Gaming. Thank you, Eve. How are you doing today? I saw you in the community Discord with Foolish Sage a little bit earlier. You guys can see the auto shout out there. Let me see. Eve, I think you're 9 hours ahead of me. The other no person. Why would you ever be designated a no person? That's a bit of a loaded question, I guess, right? But I'm just giving you the opportunities for the standard Call Me Eve Gaming innuendos. Yeah, Sage left me. Well, very loaded. But I'm well behaved here. And of course, the mighty Lone Star, fellow buffoon as well. Welcome in, Lone, my friend. How beest thou? All right. Excuse me. So, what haveth we here? I want our diameter to be E. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27. So that's going to be 27, and 27 is going to be 40, 54, and 1 is 55. So, do I have mini head set up on this server? I think I do. So diameter is 55, but radius should be... Radius should be 27, or 27.5, technically, depending on how I set this up. Okay, full block, axis up, height 1, set here, and see block snap to center, right there. That should do it. Back to shapes. And I should be able to see this if I just hit H, just like that. Let's lower it down by 1. Let's bring the Y down to 84. That's better. Now let's take a look at this. Oh, it's woefully short. All right, let's just expand the radius outward now until we intersect with this. Oh, because of root... Yeah, because I'm on the angle, so I need to multiply by root 2. That's why. Because I'm 45 degrees. A little trig there. So this we can just... do this visually. Let's expand the radius. Right, since it's even, it's not going to intersect this block. Which is okay. But I think I would rather have it on either side of this block than either side of that block. So let's go out by 1 more. Like that. I think I like that better. All right, now if we fly on overhead, I think you guys will see what I'm trying to do here. So I want it to look like that. Okay, so I think the first thing we'll do is we'll go back and we'll get a heck of a lot more wool, and we'll sketch out the circular rim here with wool. We'll do that. And you can see these bits here between the wall and the rim that are open. Yeah, we can fill those full of lava and stuff. It'll look really cool. But let's make sure we have the symmetry that we're looking for there. I think we will. When we start sketching it out with wool, I think that'll look a lot better. Let's go over to the farm and let's load up the inventory with the wool. Lone Star's Mighty Bastion. So cool. Look at the mansion up over there. Shelbs' incredible volcano. I tell you, I always say this whenever we do a Buffooncraft map, but I'm really going to miss this place when it's time to end the season. You just get so used to working here that it feels like a home of sorts. And I guess it doesn't matter what color wool we have. You know what? I'm going to go with the very bright magenta. This stuff here. And I think I'm just going to clean out this row here. There we go. Vio, did you not put... Did you not put an ender chest here? Are you kidding me? Every shop, every farm needs an ender chest. Okay, there's probably one staring me right in the face. I see the crafting bench here, but the crafting table, but... Okay, anyways, let's do this. All of this is fine, and I need more rockets! Here's my box of rockets. And thankfully, it's stocked. All right, let's head on over. Regarding the new ender chest in the wool farm, you're welcome, Falter. Well, that's the wrong use of welcome, I guess, in the Groga, but close enough. All right, let's get over here. All right, now let's sketch this in with the wool that we have. All right, that's going to become very tedious to have to do all the way around, so... Tools! Where are they? Yeah, let's get rid of this extra pair of shears. We'll use those. Shears! Should have named those Billy shears. Some of you will get that. Let's do this. Especially if I was using them to shear goats, but... Okay. We do this. We do this. And let's do this kind of thing. Let's lay them out first, and then we'll go remove the bits that we don't need that are just... Yeah, well, mistakes and just these facilitating blocks of wool like this. We'll do this first. And of course, I don't know if you guys have seen Grandfather Moon lately. The state of him, I tell you. Okay. Ah, please, hands. Please, hands. Just do your thing. Just do the thing I tell you to do. I know we have a lot of wool here, but misplacing wool blocks like that is not going to help our progress, okay? That would actually impede our progress. And we're supposed to be in this together, so just, please. Subbrain that is controlling the hands. Please just cooperate, okay? Or I'll punish you severely with alcohol. At this point, Subbrain is like, oh, that's not a punishment. I hear a zomboid somewhere. Somewhere close by. Probably under those trees somewhere. Okay, here we go, here we go. Placing our woolly bits. Grabbing ourselves some fish and chips, or at least the fish part of the fish and chips. Which I haven't had in quite some time because we don't have pubs here in SoCal to speak of. So I feel a bit overdue there. Okay, here we go. Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. Quadrants, let me see. 2, 3, and 4 are complete, and now we're finishing up quadrants 1. Well, actually, if I'm facing north here, and I orientate my plane this way, 2, 3, 2 and 3 are complete. Finishing up 4 and then 1. Again, a little more trig there. So Kachi has got his schedule for the new school year for grade 8. Welcome in, Virtuoso. Yeah, so Kachi is starting grade 8 this year. He won't be starting until September. But we've gotten his schedule for his new courses and stuff. And so he placed in the advanced math class, which some of you who know me are probably saying, well, of course he did. Math teacher father. But the year before he didn't, though, because COVID really messed up a lot of people's education and set them back quite far behind. Kachi wasn't set back behind because he's actually a year younger than all of his classmates. But they put him in the regular level 7th grade math class. And his Taiwanese mother and his math teacher father made sure he got A's all in his 7th grade math. And so now this year, he's since he got A's, he's been placed in the advanced math. My point is, it's not going to be as easy for Kachi this year as it was last year. Kachi's going to have to grind some. But of course, he has yours truly to help him. So I'm in your corner, son. I'm in your corner. The thing we're most concerned with is I'm going to have to help Biggie with his math at the university this year, and that's going to get tough. Because Biggie's going to start to move into some courses now. First of all, I'm super, super proud that he got accepted into the electrical engineering program at his university. He already survived one of the toughest 2 years in anybody's degree, and that's the first year. Because that first year in anybody's degree is considered like an elimination round. And so they make that year particularly hard because they want to weed out folks, and they only want the folks who are able to grind, right? And so he survived that. And then, of course, the next toughest year is the last one in a 4-year program, your senior year. Because that's when you're most tempted to quit. That's when it's the hardest, and a lot of people quit before they finish. The junior and sophomore years, content-wise, are a little more difficult than the first year, but you get a lot of support. But you get the most support in that last year because your program directors, professors do not want you to quit. So I'm very proud of Biggie that he got accepted and he made it through his first year. And now the real work's going to begin for him. I can help him still with most of it, but he's going to start to move into some areas of which I haven't taught. So most of his beginning calculus, calculus 1, calculus 2 with the derivatives and the integrals, and some of it you can still see on the board I have up behind me. I was doing some of his problems with him, Taylor series and things like that. That stuff I can still do. I have to dust that stuff off, but I can still do it. But he's starting to move into some areas of which I haven't taught. And we can figure it out together, but it's just slower when I haven't taught it. All right, so cleaning up our outline here. Oh, I see you down there. I see you. I'll go around and make a minimal effort to collect up this wool that I'm just dumping everywhere here. But I'm not too worried about if it despawns or not. I think you guys saw the wool farm that Vio built is extremely overproductive. And there's hardly anybody on the server nowadays anyway, so we can always get more wool. Now let's just trim some of these leaves around us. And this whole thing is going to have to come down. Okay, that should do it. Let's do a flyover. All right, so we're looking at something like this. See, I missed a spot of wool right there. Let's go get that out. We'll go pick up some of this. I think we're going to have to take ourselves a bit of a nap. Please. Parkour. Please. Parkour. Let's get over to here. Just run around a little bit. Let's get all the stuff that's easily accessible at tree level first. Then we'll move on down to the ground level. Well, that's my plan anyway. Yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff, but most of that stuff's up there in the trees. But we need to sleep. That's the important thing. Otherwise, we'll be mobbed with mobs. Right then, done. Let's clean up a little bit more of these stray bits of wool. Then we can get on to placing some blocks. Okay, that's good. Let's do a quick jot around at ground level. And you know what? If we miss a couple of blocks, that's fine. As I had declared earlier. All right, everything looking good down here. Nice and clear. Again, I'm not too concerned with the landscaping down here because all of this is going to change. But I'm going to try to preserve the look and stuff of Nova's Road here. I'm just going to move it around to the perimeter. Okay, so we have this, right? And we have to think of blocks. Now, on the interior, we have this basalt and mud. So those are blocks we're definitely going to use. Down on the bottom, we have some deep slate. So I'm not sure we're going to use too much deep slate. We might. Some stone, some dirt. But maybe some black stone. And you know what? Let's get a little inspiration. I don't think I'm going to use the same blocks that Shelves has used. But let's fly on over. You know, maybe we'll get some ideas. Even if we decide not to use those blocks, maybe it'll trigger in our heads blocks to use. But again, you know, we can tie in some continuity here, right? Like on the outside, maybe we can do this kind of progression, right? From the moss and grass up to the stone. Looks like she went deep slate. Deep slate and blackstone. Yeah. See, great minds think alike. Tough, too. Yeah, tough is a good... Ow. Except I think on ours we'll put more tough between the moss and the stone. I think because tough has that greenish look to it, maybe it'd be a good transition between those two. But right, black stone. Understood. Now, I'm sure Shelves has plenty of blackstone in the chest monster of all chest monsters here on the server. I think this is the biggest chest monster on the entire server. But you can clearly see that she's going to need as much as possible for that, even though it looks like she's into the finishing stages. Let's take a look at some blackstone ourselves. Right now, I'm just hoping I have enough blackstone to sketch out that circle. That's all I really need. Because otherwise, it's off to the nether to fill up some shulkers full of blackstone. And blackstone should be in our nethery bits. Let's see. Metallurgy. Nethery stuff. Here we go. We have some blackstone right here. Nether brick, nether rack. I'm going to drop the woolly bits right into here. Right, and some of this flotsam here. Well, the dark oak logs, we can save that. Dak oak. All things dak oak. Right there. I think we're done with the shears for a while. So let's put those back in the old toolbox. Thunder's tools right there. Somehow this snuck back into my inventory. I don't know how. Get yourself back in that barrel. What do you think you're doing? Okay. So let's go slap one of these down. Now, I think as far as mud's concerned, I probably already have some over there, and I think I have some basalt, some smooth basalt over there as well. What are you doing over here? Back where you belong, right there. So let's load up on some of this blackstone. There we go. We'll bring some of this over. Nethery stuff, right? Some polished blackstone. I don't think I'll be using any of that. And I may already have some blackstone over there as well. These are another brick, another rack. Let's bring this with us. There also may be some nether, some blackstone in the nether. And that was set aside for the nether hub. Oh, I should have taken my tunnel over here. That was set up for the nether hub, but I don't think that's actually going to be used. So I don't think villager or anybody's going to mind if I pinch a bit of that. If there's any there, that is. Ow. Careful. Careful. Okay, let's check out some of these side tunnels here. One of these had a stash of building materials in them. Right off to the entrance. And then later, later, if we need more, I can always go do a mining session, but I'd rather do that off camera. Sometimes I like to do that stuff on camera because, you know, then I can monitor the chat a little easier. Yeah, like, this is all black concrete, though. That's obsidian. Yeah, see, that doesn't actually help me much. If there were any blackstone, this is where it would be. You know what, though? There might be some down here. We were building a lot of tunnels down here at one point earlier on in the season. But we're also doing a lot of digging. And sometimes folks like me would leave chests down here for some of the materials that we use often. And I don't see any. Like, I see some blackstone there. I don't want to do a blackstone mining session right now, though. I will if I have to, but I'd rather not. As recently said, I would rather do that off camera. But I may not have a choice. Okay. I thought there might have been some roads built out at this level here that had some chests off to the side in which things were stocked. But I'm not seeing any. So, I think we're good with that. All right, Iron Farm. What would be the closest to the Iron Farm? Because I don't think I have a portal there. So I think Lone Star's Bastion is probably the closest place there. But I'm wondering if his bastion has a... Let me see. He would be northeast. He might be over in this tunnel here. I don't think his bastion in Castleton, I don't think that has a portal. Genie's lurking! Appreciate the lurk, Genie. I think Jeannie's doing her stream right now. Let me see. Shut Mountain's place is pretty close as well, right? But we have rockets, so it doesn't really matter. We don't get to see Shut's base that often, even though it's just so prolific in the landscape, especially now that we have rockets. It kind of works its way into any scene over which your one happens to be flying. Oh, and you know who might have some blackstone? Who probably has no objection to me pinching it is probably Nebula. So what does she use for her magnificent chessboard? The scope of this build is just awesome, by the way. And the cool thing is you can see part of Kai's build over there in the background. Really cool. She used slate. Okay, I thought she would use blackstone here. All right, let's fly over to the iron farm. The iron farm's just right over this away. You know, Shut probably has a lot of blackstone as well, but you know, Shut's still pretty active on the server, so I don't want to just fly over and pinch it. I'll ask him first. So see, you can see that the iron farm is pretty close to everything here, right? So, all right, let's sketch out this rim first. And again, then we'll go back and we'll pick up all of the bits of wool as we place them out. Hopefully I have enough blackstone here to do the thing. Doing the thing. Okay, so let's just start placing blocks, shall we? And yeah, some of these we're gonna have to switch back and forth. So let's do something. Let's do something like this. So I can just do that, and then we could do a tool switch like this, and that. And let's just keep things moving along here. Fuck. My hands just totally blew this. Let's just do that, please. Thank you. All right, we'll just sketch all of this out with blackstone now. If I were a little more forward thinking, I would have done this first instead of the wool. I just would have sketched it initially out with the blackstone, but my mind wasn't 100% made up at that point. I wanted to get a very, very good look at what this would look like, shape, you know, as far as scale-wise and shape-wise. And it's every bit as awesome as I thought it would be. This is going to look really, really cool. Now, the good thing is we don't have to use blocks that are going to be visible for the walls of these coming down. Because when you guys see what my idea is for the lava on these, then you'll understand that they won't show from either side. They won't show from this side because this will just be a pool of lava. They won't show from this side because this will be a sloping hill that comes down with the outer hill block palette. And so anything from this straight down isn't going to show. Anything under the lava pool is not going to show. So we don't have to waste a block like blackstone on something like that. We could just fill it with regular stone. We could even fill it with dirt if we needed to. I'm going to look down and see what block I have in the greatest abundance down there in those chests, and I'll just use that. How am I doing? Let me see. We're at noontime right now. And so I have another hour left to the stream. And I'm hoping... Oh, I did it again. I'm hoping to get one of these chords finished so we can see the effect. Oh, I see what I'm doing there with my hands. Okay, I think my back brain is starting to learn this now, hopefully. I may be speaking too soon, but we'll see. Yeah, it's those single blocks that are a little bit inconvenient to place or to replace. But these multiple block bits are much easier because you already have the other blocks with which to build off of. That. Let's move this over for the next time we need to switch. Okay, like this. And you know what? A block I may use in here that Shelbs didn't use, just to differentiate it. Like, I'm not trying to copy Shelbs' build over here, but I may use the dripstone, especially the stalagmites. I'll probably use a lot of those of varying sizes. And you know what? It's past noon. I should switch to standing mode at this point. Right. Do a slight adjustment here. That's better. Bring this back in. Okay, here we got a little bit of this stuff to do again. Hold on a sec. The whole point was to do this. Which I think is a little faster. I guess we're going to have to sleep soon, right? This is where the other players are faster than I am because they would just work through the night. Okay, now we're into this stuff, so we don't have to do that other stuff with the dirt blocks, right? For the construction blocks, and we can skip all of that. Just go right into this. I just hope I have enough of this blackstone. Because if I don't, we're going to have to go scrounging for blackstone. And like I said a few times already, I really don't feel like going on a blackstone mining session on stream. Off stream, no problem. Alrighty, let's do this. We're almost done. We're almost finished with our blackstone circle here. Then we'll get back into a little bit of this kind of thing. That's not what I wanted to do, hands. I think you know that. Do what you're told. All right, since it's going to be so difficult to do with the hands, let's just do that. Almost there. Crank it right along. Let's do this and this. All right, let's go right down this strip here. Got some easy building right here. Great. Is that part of Nova's build over there, or is that part of Flying Villager's build? I think. Render distance isn't quite pulling it in. I think, oh no, not yet. That might be the back part. That's the back part of Flying Villager's build. Yep. I have to remember which server I'm on and how things are orientated here. How did the putty get way up here? Putty! What are you doing up here? I guess the villagers down there on their beds are close enough to these woolly bits where they could spawn the cats onto them. Well, I got some rather dreadful news for you. There's going to be large pools of lava up here, and it's probably not going to be putty safe. And of course, it wouldn't be Buffooncraft unless it were raining, right? Oh, for God's sake. Fuck. Just let me finish it, please. Yeah, see, all I was trying to do was that. Not that. Not that. There. Okay. For God's sake. Okay, good. And good. Okay. Do I still have the shears? No, I do not. Okay, we'll get those out of the inventory next. And then we'll work on a little bit of this. And what we're gonna do about this. I think. Oh, what do we have? We only have that much blackstone. I'll tell you what. Let's go down to the chests in the shulkers. Let's see if there's any blackstone down here at all. Probably not, but that's all mud and nether brick, lava. More mud, which should probably go over here. Get the blackstone on our person. I'm also clearing out chests as I go here. There's a little bit of blackstone right there. Basaltiness. I guess I should also reset the playlist too, right? This is not looking good, people. Fuck. Okay. That's not a thunderstorm, so I can't sleep that one off. I'm trying to think where on the server I can grab some. Some blackstone. Where can I grab a healthy amount of blackstone? I don't want to just go raid people's bases. Let's reset the playlist. But I might have to do a mining sesh here. Maybe we can get some ancient debris while we're at it. I don't need a lot of ancient debris. As you can see, I've re-equipped myself. Oh, wow. We're a little bit low on that. Huh. Okay. Can I sleep off this rain yet? Then maybe we'll go on a mining session. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we'll go on a mining session. We'll go get some blackstone. Which is going to slow me down considerably. I wanted one of those cords finished. Go stick some of that in a chest for right now. Maybe that other stuff will despawn so I don't have to clean it up. Let's try this. Because our wings are going to break very soon. Where is... Again, Shut Mountain probably has the nearest portal, right? So we'll do a few things. We'll repair our wings. That's going to need to be done. Then there's a depot in town, and I don't know if that'll have any blackstone in it. I don't think so. I think our best bet is just to mine it out right here. Let me see. Let's go up to the gold farm, though, and repair our wings. That has to happen first and foremost. Prioritizing here. You know, one of the other blocks I want to use, and I want to see if I can get enough of it, is the blocks of coal, but... Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I think I can get blackstone at the Piglin Trading Center. Can I not? Let me spare you guys all this racket. If I forget, remind me to turn this up afterwards. That should be good enough. I think these will repair whilst they are on my person. So, hey there. Oh, now I've done it. I've enraged them. Our tools are still in pretty good shape, but you know, let's just repair them while we're at it. Okay, Showa. The wings are instantly repaired, plus the armor as well. And that's an actual game mechanic. I think they repair the armor first. Anything that you're wearing first, and then they move on to what's in the offhand, and then... Yeah, and unfortunately, because I've chosen to go the infinity route, the bow doesn't repair itself in this kind of fashion. Okay, but let's head downward. And let's see if there's any blackstone down here. I think there is. That's obsidian. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying. Oh, heck yeah. All right. Now, the thing is not to overindulge here. I'm thinking for the moment, the most we will need is san, si, liu, qi, ba. And maybe a little fractional. God, these Piglin trading farms are just so OP. And then while we're at it, let's just look at this. Just in case there's anything else we might think we need here, but I think it's not. I think we're in good shape. Yeah, let's get out of here. That'll do it. Okay. I'm just saying if there's any portals nearby that are closer to the iron farm, but no, we'll just keep using shuts. The mountain man himself. We'll just keep using his. Let me see. Shut is northeast, so he might be in this tunnel, I think, right? Might be in the north tunnel. And of course he is, right here. Great. Let's get our aerial view. See, I already like the circular opening and everything. It's so much better. Okay. And what I immediately needed the blackstone for was to put in this wall feature next. So let's get some of that in the old inventory. That should be enough. And let's head right on across with this. How to go about this? Yeah, I'm not really sure, 100% sure what I want to do here. Like, I may go ahead and put water in that one. And I may put a lantern underneath it so it glows. But I may put the lava at this level. All the way across. I'm just wondering what's going to happen here. So we're going to have to experiment a little bit there. The other thing is I could put the magma blocks here too, but yeah, and I could like leave that in place and just remove those. I could do something like that. Like use the smooth basalt on here and here. We wouldn't see those from behind, but we would see it from above. Yeah, I might do that. That might be the... I mean, I want it to look cool, but if I can also make it easier on myself too at the same time. Right? Let me see. Yeah, like at the top, I may not have the wall units at the top. I may put blocks of the netherrack at the top. If I have any. I think I do. All right, but as far as this, the basin of this plate is concerned, if I have just like tons of stone, I don't want to make it dirt just in case the dirt accidentally gets knocked out. It's just too easy to dislodge the dirt. If I have a lot of stone, I'll use that. This I might hang on to for the moment. Tons of stone. Just tons of it. Okay. Let's get back up there. Let's lay things out. Looks like we're going to have to sleep again. Awk. It's impeding my progress. Again, the other buffoons would just build through the night. They wouldn't even pause to sleep at all. Now I'm thinking this ridge here might be a little too high up, because this is, I'm thinking of having the lava here, so I have to build. No, hands, just stop. Just do what I tell you to. So I'm thinking something like this. I'll keep the lanterns here because the lanterns, even though they have lava on top, they'll still glow through those. And lava on top of those lanterns isn't a problem at all. I was about to correct myself and say shouldn't be a problem at all, but let's have some confidence. Not going to be a problem at all. And you know what? I'm going to make at least the next block under this. I'm going to make those black stone. Just in case. Then, of course, they'll be removing all these trees and landscape features and stuff down below this as well. But we can make the lava basin right above all of that stuff, too. We're going to have to remove some of it, but not a lot. All right, let's clear this out. We're going to have to chop off that tree, but shouldn't be a problem. So something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Like this. We'll sketch along the outline of that. Well, This one we can knock back a little bit like that. We'll come along here. Thusly, that has to be knocked out. Good, and let's bring the stone basin now right up to here. I think you guys can see where I'm going with this now. Right, the lava's going to go atop all of this stone. Like that. And I can bring this downward a little bit here and move this out like that so we can catch that side. Can I get back up here again? I can if I do something like that. Yeah, like this. This can come out. Not with the fish. Let's go fill this in right out to there. That's a. Oh, you've gone too far. That's a little bit right there. You can hop up here. I think I can catch the edge of that block. Am I too far out? Yeah, I am. Dang. Maybe I can get it like that. Okay, like that. I don't know if I'm going to do the water source here for this or make that lava. I don't know if it makes any sense. But that'll bring it out to that corner. And then we can come over to here like this. And I forgot to turn my volume back up. You guys were supposed to remind me of that. But I'm lurking thunder. It's okay. It's okay. Options, music and sounds. Let's bring this. Maybe not to 50%, but 30 should be fine. Let's do that. Okay, let's do this. Right, and so I'm thinking you guys can see now that this will fill all of this in with lava. The lava will come right up to here at the very least. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these blocks, if I'm going to make that a basalt or not. We'll see what happens with those. That's a bit of trickiness that has to be worked out. And now we're closing in on this chord over here. You know, the chord is the line, the intersecting line of the circle that is not the diameter, but the area that it sections off I think has a different name. And I've been away from teaching too long to immediately recall that. It's not a sector. Certainly not a quadrant. This can come out like that. In fact, what was the last class I taught? I think it was algebra. Was it algebra 1? Might have been algebra 1. Okay, we have these little bits to put in here, and we go to sleep once more. Once more. Hands, please, please. Just like do the thing, you know. Ooh, look at this. Can I reach over here? Not from above. Okay, I surrender. I'll do the sleeping thing. God, I thought I could just like move over there and just pop in those little bits, but all right, let's just get it done. Thank you. Over and out. All right, now let's... You know, sometimes you just got to accept your limitations and just do something unsatisfying like this. There. Again, I'm trying to keep as many of these trees here as I can. I know I'm going to have to clear a lot of them out, but you know, just keeping the landscape looking as nicely as possible. Again, you know, I may put some... Let's use the smooth basalt there. These are going to be pulled out, but let's use the smooth basalt here. And we will also use the nether brick blocks there. Let's do that. Horror! Just curious. Okay. Just got to remember that the iron farm's running the entire time I'm building here. So I still think the iron farm should be more efficient than it is. This is definitely an improvement on my past iron farm designs, but I think that should be making a lot more than that still. Even as good as it is, I still think it could be better. So the mud. Where's the smooth basalt? Is that all in here? I thought there was a bunch of it in one of these chests. Here's regular basalt. But I thought I had the smooth variety. Am I going to have to fly back and get some? Really? Seriously? I should have some here. I mean, I was using lots and lots of it. Unless I got into a clean up the inventory kind of, unless that kind of spell came over me at one point and I had that all in my inventory and I stashed it all. Fine, whatever. Let's go get some. We're going to need it anyway. But you guys can see, now this is going to be lava and lava features here, right? All right, back to the pub. How are we doing for time? We have 15 and 3. We have about 18 minutes left of the stream. Look at Little Castleton here. So cool. It's just a little sad to see some of the unfinished builds. Which is why I'm so fixated on finishing up this iron farm. I do not want the iron farm upgrade to be incomplete. Because Shut Mountain was gracious enough to allow us to do that. The least we could do is make sure we have a finished, complete build. It's the least we could do. All of this is regular basalt, but... And you know what? That may be enough smooth basalt to do what we need to do. However, I thought I had a little bit more. I thought... No, I don't. Okay, this will have to do. Just to be 100% certain. Oh, we've got quite a bit, actually. And then maybe off camera, I'll put some more in the furnace. To get that stuff going. There's a little bit more in there. Let's clear out the inventory. All things Dak Oak. Let's put that in there. Lanterns we'll keep there. We've got plenty of... we can combine some of that. Okay, let's do this. Thought I had a little bit more right there. That looks like it. Let's get back. Back to placing blocks. Like a proper Minecrafter. See that already looks really cool like that. Circles just look so cool in Minecraft. Okay, so I'm thinking... like that. It's just really simple. Something like that. Okay, and then we need the nether rack blocks for those to top off those walls. I could double up some slabs there just in case I don't have the blocks. Everything nether brick, I keep saying nether rack, nether brick related has probably been crafted into the fences and the walls. Nope. Plenty of nether bricks. Plenty of them. So I'm thinking like that. That's now hopefully that doesn't completely wipe out that effect. I don't think it does. What just jumped into my inventory in place of that? Let's do this. And so I'm thinking like all along here. Please, please, just... You know what I want to do. Just let's work together, right? Together as a team. Now we'll see what this looks like. Good. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking I can fill in all of this now with lots of lava. And one of the other things I'm thinking on doing is to get the lighting effect, to maintain the lighting effect on the sides here. I might do wall units down here with these behind them. So the lanterns don't show along the edges there, but we still get the glowing effect. All right, but this is going to be filled with lava right now. Well, we're going to have to go fetch the lava first. And that means over to the Grandfather's Tears farm. Made by the mighty, the one and only Chris the IT guy. Let's take a look at the rim of that. Good, good. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. I don't kind of like it. I actually do like it. Good. All right, let's unload some goodies. This is what I'm talking about, this stuff right here. We are going to need so much lava that we may have to craft many, many buckets. Okay, how many buckets are we going to need here? We're going to need 27 for a shulker, right? Well, we certainly have enough for one shulker's worth, but we're going to need more than one shulker. We're going to need 2 shulkers worth. I'm thinking. Like that. Okay, so here's one shulker. And this will be the other shulker. Let's make the buckets for that. Let me see, 18. It's going to be 30, 54. So let's just bring a stack. Oh, really? Fine, if you want to be that way about it. And then we can have a few buckets and carry some over in our inventory as well. But you know what? I think 2 shulkers of lava should be enough for that up there. I could be completely wrong, but we're about to find out. How am I doing? 53. I have about 7 more minutes left of the stream. Let me see. Where am I on the server? Right there. Grandfather's Tears right over there. The Halloween event area. Oh, so much fun there. We had so much fun. Look at this place. This place is so Chris the IT guy. It's just... Oh, what's happening? Thunder. Please just do the thing. Now, I know I'm stealing all the lava here. I'm cleaning this place right out. But again, you know, not many of us at all active on the server these days. And highly productive farm. So I'm going to get back in my inventory. Doing well, doing well. Right then. Done. Does this go all the way to the roof? Can I fly out of here? I mean, if I can't, it's not a big deal, but... Well, what am I saying? Thunder. Please. Should I cut that out of the VOD? Of course not! Alright, now, placing this lava is going to be kind of tricky. Like, how am I going to get the interior parts? I think I'm going to need some dirt. Thankfully, I made these 1 block taller than the lava level. So maybe if I bring a stack of dirt, I can branch out. Right? Yeah. Let's go set ourselves up with a couple of stacks of dirt again. All right, let's do something like that. You know what? We don't need 5 stacks of dirt. Maybe 4. Also, this may be ill-advised. But let's clear out our inventory. As much as possible. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's make some dirt catwalks. And how do we want to do this? I think I'm thinking like this way. Right. Nighttime again? Really? That means I'm floundering. Again, if I have to go over the stream ending time, over the 2 hours, a little bit, just to finish this portal area, then I'll do that. But, and let me see, I don't have a bed. I mean, I don't think anything's going to spawn here, but... a creeper going off there would really suck right about now. Grandfather Moon! Wow, 3 rockets to take off from the ledge, really? We're gonna need so much lava. Good. Let's sketch this outer wall first. We may wind up going back and breaking up some of this and putting some features in here like I did mention earlier. Just placing lava is so slow. Not water, and that would make things very bad right now. In fact, I'm thinking I should take that bucket of water out of my inventory just for that reason, but maybe not. Okay. Making progress. It is very slow doing this, though. Yeah, please don't have the shulker fall into the lava below. That would really suck. Okay, good. We've reached that part. Now I'm thinking we could just go along this edge like this now. Of course, lava doesn't have the same mechanics that water does, so there may be some mid-regions there that are going to need to be filled in. And that's why I made that scaffolding with the dirt. But I think you guys can see we're going to need a heck of a lot more lava than we... let's get rid of that. Than we originally planned. Well, not that we planned, but that we managed to gather on our first trip. I don't think I'm placing this right. Like you can see things like this. Oh! Ha! What? How am I burning myself with that? Am I getting too close with the cinders? Is that what's happening? Yeah, see, like, these should not... not be moving. They should be still at this point. Dang. Alright. Gonna need to do this. You know what? This makes me think. I wonder if I should, like, fill this in with dirt and then just replace the dirt with lava as I go along, because I can stand on the dirt. Maybe that's the way to go with this, right? I'm thinking something like this. Plus, I can see which ones I've actually filled. Right? And we'll just do it. We could do it like block, and then I wouldn't even need this, right? This kind of thing. Can you smell what the Thunder Hand is cooking? Yeah, this kind of thing right here. I know I filled in some of that. That I should not have done. Like this. Okay, and now you can see... See, I don't understand why that's not doing its thing. How are we losing that? The only thing I can think of is, you know, I hate to waste lava like this, but filling that, and then we should be good. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do this dirt replacement kind of stuff. I think it's the best way to do this. Because the flow of the lava mechanics, it's just weird stuff. Lava's just weird stuff in Minecraft. And I really don't have the time to mess with it. I'd like to finish up this stream. And I think this dirt replacement method is the best way to go. Good. Getting there. The good thing is I have tons of dirt gathered from various projects. And there are shulkers of this, abandoned shulkers, abandoned chests, or really more. Just all over the server. So it's kind of good because the dirt blocks are incinerated in lava afterwards, and that helps with inventory management. Okay, yeah, something like this. Right? Good, so I can sketch out the outside of this and then fill in the interior block by block. It's still going to take a very long time to do. Placing lava is so slow. And now, again, you have to figure out which one of these. All right, I was able to do that. Good. Let's just bring this line down to here. I think that's what I want to do there. Let's do our sleeping. All of this looking good. Right. Wonder what happens if I do that. Right, okay. I was just hoping there was a easy scroll wheel way of selecting lava. But I think we're out of lava now, right? 2 more buckets left. Look at that, 1 bucket short. How annoying is that, right? Okay, we're almost done with the initial outline. Let's make 1 more trip over there. Well, maybe more than 1. Oh yeah, we want to be careful on this roof. That's for sure. Look at that. Let's put 1 on each side. Like this. And let's just do this by stacks, shall we? Huh? So weird, Minecraft. So weird with the lava mechanics. By the way, this is just 1 level. If you saw flying in here, this thing has multiple levels. It's completely insane. You know, I really should also load up just my general inventory, too, with lava buckets, too, but maybe on the next trip. We are actually 16 minutes past the hour over stream time, and that's perfectly okay. So long as it's okay with Mrs. Thunderhand, I think it is. I don't think we have anything else planned for today, so I think we're good. Hachi and I have to go to the dojo tonight, but other than that, I think we're good. Oh, I like that. I'm learning Minecraft, everyone. Okay, and I think I wanted to do that next. Okay, now the next bit will be filling in this strip right along here. Which is going to be a little precarious. Okay, that's cool. Like that. And then I think I'll just do this in strips on the way down. I think the easiest thing might be something like this. Something like that, and then fill them in. Boa Cars, hey, welcome. We're at the stream, but I'm going over the stream time to finish up this section. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hey, yo, Jepotastic. Hey, yo, from Glasgow. No way. Again. So you have returned to Scotland. Is it Glasgow, Scotland, or is it Glasgow in some other place of the world? Glasgow, Ohio. You were right. Glencoe, etc. is beautiful, breathtaking. If you want to see my mom's clan's ancestral grounds, you're not far from them, actually, if you're in Glasgow. It's just across. You could just shoot over to Oban, take the ferry over to the Isle of Mull, and check out Duart Castle there. Little trip down to Yona with a little boat out to Staffa with the Fingal's Cave. Yeah. Me and Mrs. Thunderhand went there in 2000, and I proposed to her in front of that castle. But yeah, it's incredible. Incredible country out there. What am I trying to do here? Like, right, it goes like that. That's how it works. That's cool. For how long are you over there, Jeppo? Now, you've been to Scotland once before, and for some reason, I think recently. Help out my old man brain here. But I thought you might have been in the more metropolitan areas. Okay, see, this method is working out pretty good here. It just feels a little more intuitive with the lava mechanics. And Bowcars, I see you still have some VODs up on your Twitch channel. So I may check them. Oh, it's not that I may check them out. I will check them out. Maybe even today. Oh, that's very, very not good. But see, we can always just do this. There we go. Great, let's do the sleeping thing. And I don't think I need those there any longer. Let's do that. Let's go put this right in here, like that. Okay. I had a little, you see, you had a wee bus tour up to the Highlands. Oh, did you bring her to the fairy pools? I don't think so. We went to, if Mull's like this, Dewart's up here. We went down, we went to Tobermory first because the ferry dock's there. Then when we went over to Dewart, we went down around the coast down to here and then there's a little island down here, Yona. That's where the monasteries are down there. And we cut back up through the middle of the island. But then we ran out of time. We only had those many days. There's a little island off of here called Staffa, and that's where the famous Fingal's Cave is. And then over here, there's a couple of stone circles and stuff I wanted to see up there, but we didn't have enough time. And then across the loch, the channel over here is Oban, and then Glasgow's right there. So that's one thing I like about Scotland. It's very small, so you can get around to a lot of those places. But no, I didn't get to see the fairy pools. Not that time. Of course, if our clan chief happens to be in his residence at the time, he usually comes out to greet people when they're touring the castle there. But he wasn't there when we were there. But my sister and her husband were on the same trip. Though we split up during the trip, they got there before us on their circuit, and they did get to meet him. Mrs. Thunderhand and I did not that time. But we did get to sign the Castle Clan Charter, the registry, I should say. We did get to do that. But it's so cool that you're out there, Jeppo. Yes, had to do administration duties out there to over there in the chat. No soliciting. I was here last year just to Glasgow. That's right. See, I thought you were. We spent one night in Glasgow, but we didn't get to go out or anything because we arrived so late. We pretty much checked into our hotel, crashed there overnight, and then we had to speed away to the airport the very next morning, so we didn't really get to see much of Glasgow at all. All right. Let's go fetch some more lava. Grandfather's Tears, the lava farm, coming in very handy right now. You know what, though? At the pace that this is going, even though I've got a good system going here, you know what? I was going to say I'll continue the stream for 1:30, but it's already 1:30. So let's see what happens like in the next 15 minutes. Because Boakars and Jeppo just logged on. And I have a little bit of time today. I do have to wrap up the stream fairly soon, but I can go for a little bit longer. All right, let's go unload here. Got to do a thing, kind of there, but not here for a few minutes. So, yeah, I understand. If you do get a little time and you're able to take the ferry across the Mull, it's a really beautiful, beautiful place. I don't know how much time you have over there, but... And they have the Tobermory Whiskey Distillery is over there. Tobermory is like a very quaint little fishing village. It's super cool. Oh, what to do? Yeah, we don't need the dirt. We'll be fine. Where did I place those? I'm over there. Okay. I'm lost in Chris's enormous lava farm. I would like to bring my sons over there sometime, but, you know, at my age, I think I don't have enough time left to do that. So I'll have to tell them about it. Maybe they'll have to make it out over to there on their own. Please. Okay, I think we're loaded up here. We're ready to head back. Want up to Sky, but maybe no time hit up Mull. No time to hit up. Oh, yeah. Cool. Sky is beautiful. So on our trip, we landed in Edinburgh. I think we spent we spent 4 nights in Edinburgh, and then we did the loop around. We went up to Stirling, up to Aberdeen, Inverness, came down the other side. Spent a night in a little town, Elgin, in between there, and then went down. Went over the Great Bridge to Skye, and then from Skye took the ferry to Mull, I think, from there. Spent about 3 days in Mull. Shot back over across the ferry to Oban, Glasgow, and then out and back home. So it was 14 days. Rented a car, drove throughout. That was a beautiful trip. So much video, so many pictures. And the B&B system up there, at least at that time, was just so Scottishly efficient. It was just, and it was a really good time to go there. Really good time for tourists, for Americans to go there. Prices were really good at that time. This is so slow going. Oh my God, is this slow. It was amazing. Oh, wow. That's awesome. There was a ton of foreigners. Oh, wow. Yeah, August, this is the peak season for tourism. That's when we went, August of 2000. So we went the midweek of August. I tried to get the absolute peak of the warm weather for the Taiwanese Mrs. Thunderhand, who wasn't Mrs. Thunderhand at that time. She was just my smoking hot girlfriend. Just in quotes, of course. But I'm excited for you out there. I know you've been there before, but it's kind of deceptive, too, because you see those beautiful tropical-looking beaches, especially Skye, right, where they have the white marble sand beaches with the bright turquoise water and everything. And it looks like the Caribbean, right? But it's so cold. But the beaches out there in the Hebrides are just beautiful. I think if I lived there, if I ever moved there, I have thought about it a few times. If I ever did move there, then I would be a landscape painter. I'd be an artist. I'd be a landscape painter. That and a musician. I mean full-time musician. I do music now, of course, but... It was so cold and rained almost the whole time. I'm sorry to say, but that's the climate there, right? We got actually quite a few days of sun, a very unusual amount of sun there when we were there. But one thing you might notice when you're there is the sky is always moving there. The sky is always in motion there. So when it's raining, you get these sweeping rainfall where the clouds are sweeping through, dropping the rain, and then they move off, and then, you know, the sun comes in, but then clouds are, the sky is always in motion there. And of course, that time of year, your days are longer, right? So I would have liked to have seen more of the west coast of Skye. Yeah. But there was an accident and we had to turn back because the road was closed. Oh, I did some painting. Oh, well, of course you did. How could you resist? It was atmospheric, as the bus driver put it. Let me guess, did you have to stop several times because there were herds of the Shetland cows or sheep blocking the road and you have to wait for them to pass? That happened to us a couple of times on Mull. Only once. You got lucky. Usually it's way more frequent than that. I mean, if you live there, it must be annoying. You know, it's just kind of funny if you're for tourists, but if you live there, it must. Living there is really kind of hard. It's very expensive. And traveling throughout the islands and taking the ferries and stuff is just, you know, if you need anything on the mainland, you know, you need to make one trip, and if you forget something, it's days to get stuff sometimes, right? And yeah, just getting around the islands and stuff. It's difficult. It's difficult to live there. That's why most of the folks who live there, they're retired, and you know, they're in the tourist industry, right? So. Most of the people we met were of that demographic. The people were there, at least back in August of 2000, were very, very friendly to us. Not at first, though. At first, they were a little bit apprehensive because, you know, they've dealt with Americans before. But, you know, once I talked to them for a little bit, you know, they warmed right up to me right away. And they adored Mrs. Thunderhand. They really liked her a lot. I was giving the very unusual compliment of being quite different for an American. That's a compliment. Travel seemed really expensive. Yeah, and I mean, you can imagine that on a daily basis, right? Catching those ferries back and forth between the mainland and the other islands just to get your simple needs, right? So, that's good. Sorry I missed the part before. That's a compliment. Oh, yeah, when they would tell me that I'm unusual for an American. Yeah, you know, you're not... You're very unusual for an American, aren't you there, Thunderhand? I did hear a lot of Americans. Very cool. I hope they were behaving themselves and representing us well. Us Americans, we get a very bad rap as tourists, but I don't think a lot of American tourists are really that obnoxious. I think it's just the one or two few of them that makes such a horrific impression that the rest of us really suffer for it. So most Americans are pretty cool folks. Some of them were louder nosy, yeah. I was trying to eat lunch and this lady wanted to ask me about my life story. As I am chewing half of a haggis dog. Oh, those are so good. Like, lady, come on. You sound like me. Hey, I'm trying to eat here, you know what I'm saying? Now, see, that's one main difference I find when I go to Asia. You know, for the most part, if you're just sitting there minding your own business and you're just, like, eating your food, people don't come up to you and interrupt you. They don't. For the most part, they just let you do your thing, you know. Occasionally, you know, if they think the situation's appropriate, you know, they'll ask about you. You know, usually they just want to practice their English, though. Right, with their standard English statements. But for the most part, they just leave you alone, and it's really nice. Especially if you happen to look like this. I'm pretty terrifying to them, so at this age. Of course, they won't leave my older son, Biggie, alone at all, though. They hound the heck out of him. Because, number one, he's a super good-looking young guy. And despite having me involved in his conception. And he, also being mixed features, that's considered really attractive over there. They like that. And so, yeah, being with Biggie over there is hilarious. He's like a celebrity there. Yeah, people just call him handsome over there all the time. That's what they refer to him as instead of Mr. or Sir. It's so embarrassing for him, he says, you know. Girls run up to him with their phone, shove it in his face. I want your Instagram. That's my boy right there. She was waiting for her food, but I was really enjoying stuffing my face. Yeah, you know, you just there minding your own business, you know. Yeah, I'm more adjusted to Asian style. Yeah, me too. Especially Japan. I do very, very well in Japan. I kind of have that similar kind of mindset about, what do they call it? I think they call it wamu, which is the, like, collective peacefulness. And so people are very mindful of others, you know, so when you're on the subway, people just leave you alone, right? Yeah, a lot of the Asian culture, like Taiwan's pretty much the same way. Oh, defo. When Joseph Schooling was in the Olympics, Singapore went crazy for him because of that. I love Japan. Yeah, I'm very, very comfortable in Japan. Occasionally, you know, if the Japanese are doing something, some sort of event or something, and I'm spotted over there in a crowd, sometimes they'll run up to me and ask me questions, like interview questions, because, you know, I'm a foreigner, and you know, so that's really interesting to them. Like the last time I was there in the Osaka airport, they had an event showcasing Asimo, the Honda robot, which was fascinating. But they just practically jumped in my path and stuck a microphone in my face and to ask me questions about that and stuff, which was it was fun to do. But and I didn't mind. You know, I expect a little bit of that stuff. You know, just being a foreigner. Sometimes it's just a little alarming, though. But like I said, now that I'm an old man, you know, people usually don't bother me. Yeah, it's Biggie's turn to be bothered by that, not mine. Okay, that's good. Angmo. He's an Angmo. That's the first time I've heard that. In Taiwan, they use the, it's not Mandarin, it's the Hakka or Mindanao, the other dialects, but they use the word adaho, which means big nose, right? So it's a racial slur, but it's used affectionately, right? So they call foreigners adaho. I do feel bad, though, like when I go to a place like Scotland, though, for Mrs. Thunderhand, because places that have, you know, great historical significance for me, to her are completely meaningless. Like one of the sites I wanted to visit was the site for the Battle of Culloden, because our clan is super famous for our participation in that. And a lot of our legends and mottos and slogans and stuff come from that. And so when I get there, you know, that's a huge thing for me. But for her, it's just a field of, like, rocks and grass. She's like, why are we here? What's so great about this place? Also, please be careful with your shulkers in that lava. Yes. Yes, I shall, Mama Jeppo. Oh, wow. Angmo is similar, except it means red hair. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think of words that have red in it, where I can get the root word for that. Rambutan. I've got to head out for now. Hope to chat more about this later. Have a great rest of your stream. Jeppo, thank you so much for dropping by. I always enjoy having you around. Our next stream is Kachi time, but you're not going to be available at that time. But, and it's going to be difficult to chat during that. But, and you're traveling, so you're not going to have a stream again for quite some time, I'm sure, until you get back. But yeah, we can definitely talk more about this. Like I said, I would always love to just like meet you at a pub sometime, and you and I can trade stories. That would be so much fun. Catch you next time. You too. Drive safe over there. Have a safe trip. Take lots of pictures. Paint lots of pictures. What are we doing here? We're doing well. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I'm not even done half of this. This really takes so much longer than I thought. Placing lava is just the worst. Yeah, see, that sucked. Probably by the time I get down here. It's not going to matter, but there we go anyway. You know what I could do too is scoop away some of this lava so this lava flows and I get the flow all the way across. I might do that afterwards though. Oh, let's use the lava that we have and then let's call it a stream. I think if I would have caught my rhythm here a little bit earlier, I could have finished this during the stream. But, you know, sometimes you got to work things out here, your process and stuff, you know? You know what I'm saying? Then I have to make sure that I pose for a thumbnail. And I may try to do another aerial thumbnail, although over the lava, this is going to be pretty dangerous to do. But that's what will make it a cool thumbnail. There we go. That's the last of what we have in our inventory. Might be enough to finish this strip right here. I think it is. There may be a different block I can use instead of the dirt, but hey, would you look at that? Just enough lava left. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And let's get some more rockets. See if we can pose for our thumbnail. And then we'll wrap up the stream. Let's load these buckets into this shulker. And yeah, that dirt too for what it's worth. Oh, But of course, ender chest goes in lava. That's not a big deal. We have plenty of those to spare. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's almost nighttime, so let's sleep first. And then what I'm thinking is if I do this right and I shoot upward straight above like that into the air and I F5 at just the right moment, I can have the farm below me like that, and that'll be really cool. But I think I should get rid of that excess wool first, right? Because we no longer need that. Let's do this. Let's come over to here like that. Tools. Yeah, actually these ones. Let's use those. Let's put that back and this one. Great. All right, let's get over to here. Yeah, it's going to restart in 2 minutes anyway, right? And we're not going to be able to get our thumbnail, so we may have to do a restart and then log back on just to get our thumbnail, but it's totally worth it. Like that. Like this. And we could just keep doing this too, right? If we do this right. That would be cool. All right. And then we can fly out. So that's my idea for the thumbnail. We might be able to also, if we make a pass like this, instead of having one directly below, we could do something like that and get the iron fire. But that's kind of like the same thing, right? Now we're up in the clouds a little too much. But if I careen around like this. Like that. Just try not to land in the lava. Thunder, please. Some of you are sweating bullets right now. It's going to be fine. But you know what I should do? I should land before the server resets. Yeah. Now I'm going to spawn in the air, which is always a bad thing. But let's do that so I can land on the ground so I don't die the next time I log on. Nope. There we are. Okay. But you guys can see what I'm trying to do here, right? With the lava around the edges. So that's the important part. Right, so we'll have lava pools here. And these won't just be featureless pools of lava. I'll have things like stalactites sticking up out of them with some magma blocks here and there, and just peppered in with like little features, just so it's not a blank pool of lava like that. All right, but let's log off. Time to wrap up the stream. We've gone way over what we usually do here. So let's switch over to the camera scene. The cam scene. I don't even have the studio lights on right now. Let's adjust that right about there. Okay, you know, I'm tempted to forego a raid today, but let's see who's on. Jeannie might be on today as well. Jeannie's on, Shelves is on, Psych is on, Siege is... You know, I don't think I've rated shelves in a very, very long time. So let's set that up, shall we? There we go. Let's get the raid message in the chat. There we go. Thunder raid. Boom shakalaka. You can copy and paste this into the chat if you would like to join us. And I always encourage the viewers to enjoy us, to join us on the raids. Even if you can't stay for the entire stream, if you could just drop in and say hi and maybe drop a follow, some bits, some subs, that would also be very, very cool. Let's set up the raid itself. Okay, there we go. Shelves' name is always a challenge to type, but it's cool. Family-friendly viewers, just a note that Shelves' stream is rated mature, although, I don't really hear her using the profanity that much. But sometimes we do in the chat, and, so just a heads up on that. But Shelves is super, super cool. I think she's playing Minecraft right now. No, she's not. Looks like Valorant, maybe. Yeah, that looks like Valorant. And, we're in an ad break. So those viewing right now, you're in an ad break. Sorry about that. But those watching the VOD later, anyways. But you guys can probably still hear me. Yeah, we have a lot of shared community, so you'll know a lot of people there. She's a fellow buffoon, so. With that, let me thank everybody for showing up today. It was awesome, people stopping by, and Jeppo and Lone Star and Eve and Boa Cars and stuff. You guys are really cool. Thanks for dropping in. Just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Today we went over a little bit, or we went over a lot. Our next stream will be Sunday. That'll be 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be Kachi time. And then the following stream will be Wednesday. That will be Generations from noon to 2.